How many times has God warned you, and how many times will God keep warning you in your life and in your days that you shouldn't touch that bottle, that you shouldn't touch those cigarettes, that you shouldn't go on those dirty websites? How many times is he gonna warn you that you should stop doing what you're doing and believe in him and flee to him? The door is being opened and he is yelling he's yelling from it. Just like your mother is yelling for you that dinner is ready and that you have to come and eat before the food gets cold, so does the Lord yell at you. He alarms you that you should run to him, for as he wants to protect you. He wants to make you flee from these temptations which you are in. The door is being wide open for your escape. And what do you do? What do you do throughout your day? You just look at the Lord and you say, yeah, just wait a bit more, Lord. I'll be there. Don't worry about it. Give me 5 more minutes. Yeah, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes of setup to your downfall. That's what it is. There's this one video which I saw on YouTube yesterday, and it was about the war in Ukraine. May God give peace and protection to all of those who are genuinely suffering in that war. That video contained footage of Ukrainian soldiers being transported to the hospital because apparently their base was attacked by drones and their entire base just caught up in flames. It caught up in flames and the flames just grew stronger and stronger and stronger, and even their own exit door got stuck and they had to struggle to get out of there. Now, yes, they did end up escaping with burns and with injuries, but let me ask you this. If you would be stuck in a burning building like that, if you would have been stuck in a burning trench like that, and every single second counted before you would, before your clothes would be engulfed in flames and there's nothing you can do, before that happens and before you start dying of oxygen deprivation, before the atmosphere gets filled with dust, let me ask you this. Would you have the same attitude if people would be warning you that, bro, our trench is up in flames and we have to get out before it's too late? Would you have the same attitude going like, give me 5 more minutes? And then those 5 minutes you die. And I know with confidence, most likely you would say, I would abandon all my possessions and I would run away. My life is obviously more precious than anything. I would just bolt myself to that exit door. Well, if you have stated with confidence that you would run for dear life if you had been in an engulfed fiery trench, then why are you treating the Lord as ridiculous as this? Why, when the Lord warns you that you should escape from these temptations before it's too late and before you're filled with regret and before you feel condemned and before you ruin your life even more through these temptations, why do you still treat him like that? This is how you should picture sin. Picture it as a burning trench. Picture it as a burning building. And every single second you spend inside that building, the flames, they just get stronger and they go stronger and they go stronger. It's just like white phosphorus. The flame doesn't get extinguished. It grows stronger because of the white phosphorus. And the most common worldly programming which the world has programmed to us, which is the best case scenario, best thing what the world can tell us, is that, oh, if you're being tempted with something, fight back, resist, do this, do this, do that. When you resist sin, when you resist even sexual immorality, which is an unresistible sin, when you start to resist a sin like that, it's the same equivalent as you fighting a burning trench. It is the same thing as you throwing fists with the fire and expecting the fire to go out at least a little bit. Wind and oxygen is something that powers the flame. You swinging your fists on the temptation will do nothing. It will only grow, it will only make it grow stronger. The same thing for fire. Fire only needs one thing. It needs oxygen. Fire only needs oxygen to survive and to grow. And the more you throw fists at it, the more oxygen you give that flame. The more air and wind you give that flame, the more power you give it. Same thing goes for every sin, like especially sexual immorality, especially lust, which a lot of people and men struggle with. Even I sometimes struggle with it as well. When you fight it, it's just like giving fire more oxygen. You're not supposed to fight sexual immorality like that. For as didn't Jesus already said to all of us that we should flee from sexual immorality, and yet what do? You don't stay vigilant. You say, yeah, God, I'll maybe pray to you tomorrow. I'll maybe pray to you later. I'll do this, I'll do that. And yet then you ask yourself, why do I hear God less? Why does God talk to me less? Why does he not responding to my prayers? Why don't I feel like a Christian? God doesn't love me. God hates me. It is his fault, not my fault, but God's fault that I feel this way. But what did you do in your past? What did you do in your past? Friends, in your past, what really happened is you kept subconsciously telling in your mind. Friends, remember, God even hears your subconscious mind. Where you can't hear your subconscious mind, God can hear everything. Even what is happening in your subconscious mind, your instinctual part of the brain which is controlled more by your flesh than you. Subconscious mind, every single time you don't react with urgency and flee to the Lord and you say, yeah, Lord, whatever. Every time in your subconscious mind, you keep telling to yourself and you keep telling to the Lord, yeah, shut up, Lord. Shut up, Lord. Shut up, Lord. I can do it by myself. Shut up. I don't need you. I don't need you because there's no urgency. Shut up, Lord. This is what happens in your subconscious mind. You keep, consciously say, yeah, Lord, I love you. And so in your subconscious, deep inside your mind, you say, shut up, Lord. I don't want to hear you. I don't care. That's what you say to the Lord constantly. So if you do love the Lord, have some sense of urgency and have some common understanding that if you flee to the Lord, you will be saved. The only difficult part about it is the feeling. It's the urge. That's the only difficult part. There's nothing physically difficult. What? Is getting out of your bed just to remove this temptation that hard? Is getting out of your bed really that physically demanding? Brother, is it really that hard to do anything then do that sin? Is it really that hard to go outside, touch some grass, spend time with your friends, ride a bicycle, learn something new, do arts and crafts, edit videos, do work? Is it really that hard to do it other than sexual immorality, than committing that sin, than surrendering to your desires? Is it really that hard? Is it really that physically demanding? Because in reality, it's really easy. When Christ died on that cross, he made it easy for us. He made the burden easy for us. In the Bible, it says, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Yes, as a Christian, you will suffer. You will be persecuted. You will suffer in this combat of sin. You will suffer in spiritual warfare. But brother, trust me, it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. It's really that easy. It's not physically demanding to do anything than doing your sin. Because brother, is reading a book and is reading the Bible really that physically demanding? Brother, the only movement you do is you move your eyes across the page and you use your fingers to flip a page. Whereas brother, your body suffers more when you do that sin than you do something else than that. Even your spirit from the bottom of its heart thanks you that you resisted. Picture sin as a kid with a low attention span. Just like a lot of people are struggling with short form content, picture it as someone with a short attention span. Brother, the moment when you stop giving it strength and you stop giving it attention, you start giving something else like the spirit and something like God attention, it becomes distracted very quickly. And then it says to itself, why was I here? Oh, I don't know, I'll then just go on forward somewhere else. And that's it. The only thing you need to do to beat sin is flee to God immediately. Do something else. It's not hard. It's not physically demanding. It's just as easy as that. The only difficult part happens only in your mind. The only suffering happens in the mind. It's in fact that easy. And the feeling in your mind fades out relatively quickly if you don't give it power. And now, yes, there might be some days where it might be more difficult than others. That's the part of the journey. If you're really struggling with sin, and even if you fail, don't beat yourself down. Genuinely. Because there is a difference between obeying to sin and struggling with sin. Being urgent, even if you're struggling and even if you fall. That is the difference. And God sees the difference. God sees the difference between somebody who wants to change and somebody who doesn't. And so overall, as a conclusion, just keep all of these things in your mind, brother, because it's really that easy. So besides the point, if you found something meaningful from this video, which I spoke to you to this day, if I spoke to your heart today on this video, and if you really want to even talk to me, and if you want to have a conversation with me, brother, if you want to have this exclusive opportunity, then click that first link in the description. Click that first link in the description, and you will see a brotherhood who has the same beliefs as you, and who will force you towards success no matter what. And besides the point, you can also comment down below whether you support my message or not. You can also comment amen and if you like to. If you have nothing else to say for us, any message is appreciated. And also, you can like and subscribe to support this ministry, for these are things that really from the bottom of my heart genuinely help me out to push this truth towards the whole algorithm. So besides the point, thank you all for watching. I see you, brothers. And our crusade. And tomorrow. Jesus loves you.